hygiene. I'm gonna verify my
Rolling.
patients. We're rolling, and action. Of course, I would not be sitting if this was an actual patient scenario. Okay.
He's standing.
I gotta watch what I say now too. Okay. But I would of course double check name and date of birth and have them tell me.
Bailey Kerr, May 3rd, 2003.
I think I was starting.
Wait, did she say 2003?
She did.
She's a baby.
Pathetic, isn't it? She's just 20. Wait,
Not yet.
when is your birthday?
May 3rd.
May 3rd. So
She's a baby.
the day after graduation for this semester. Because graduation's on the 2nd.
Not for us.
My first group of students that I taught when I came here is graduating.
Aw, that's exciting. Are you going to it?
We have to.
No.
I would either way. But yeah, we have to.
I'm not.
All right. So I've introduced myself. I'm going to ask my patient name, date of birth, and any allergies. If they say yay, whatever, I need to find out what the reaction is. Can you tell me where you are? Can you tell me why you're here? And can you tell me what day it is? So I've done my alert and oriented times.
3,
4. Because we've got her name already.
That's right.
Notes general survey. She seems to be in good health. Not overweight, not underweight, just about right. Seems to be her documented age, height, and weight. I've looked over her vital signs and they were within safe parameters for her. So now I'm going to take a look at her skin. And of course, during this time I have told the patient why I'm here. I'm going to do an abdominal assessment and I will be exposing your abdomen. Okay? So I'm going to lift her shirt up. Okay, only exposing what I need to, which would be about here. That's all I need to look for. Okay? So I'm gonna look and see. What was that for?
It's
just my face, I'm sorry.
Fix your face, man.
It's just my face, I'm sorry. She's just like, yeah, just this area here. Okay, that's where I'm gonna be concentrating my inspection at this point. I don't see any piercings, I don't see any tattoos or scars or anything along those lines. Skin is smooth. No abnormalities noted at this point, okay? The umbilicus is nice in the center of her abdomen. Okay. Let's see.
And it says 2 angles. Does that mean you need to like go side to side?
You can go side to side or from here to here to see if there's any pulsations.
Gotcha.
That's your main thing.
Okay.
It also says the umbilical is melon inverted. Is that really like the
Inverted meaning it's an innie.
what about outie?
It's gonna be extroverted.
Oh, okay. What if I have it in the middle?
Hijo la chingada. Ay, chihuahua. I have no idea.
Is it any
As long as it's midline and not leaking, we're good.
Okay.
Leaking. Okay. I would note the contour of the abdomen now is flat.
Oh,
Very, very slightly rounded, a little bit, but that's fine.
that's normal, Bailey.
We just
Yes,
had
that
that.
is-
She just ate.
Exactly. Just chalk it up to one.
It's the PETA jungle.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's what your
Those
Oscar
are
paid.
good.
Yeah.
There you
In
go.
between meals.
Okay. So everything's good with our inspection. Now we can move on to our auscultation. That is not mine. That's okay. So now, where do we start with our auscultation for the abdomen?
Right.
Right lower, right about here. Okay, so think of this as the cross mark, across laterally this way and up and down, north and south. I'm going to start roughly in the middle of that quadrant. And I'm going to listen for how long?
5 to
5
to 30 seconds.
At least for a minute
Oh.
in each section, just to make sure I'm hearing, consistent vowel sounds and not just like a fart going brrr. Okay? And then I'm going to listen up here. If I don't hear anything, I need to listen for 5 minutes. And then it's 5 minutes in each quadrant. Okay, I think the ATI book says 3 to 5, but go with 5.
So if you didn't hear something here, but you went up to the right upper and you do hear something, do you still have to continue on that 5 minutes, or is it back to normal?
I would go back to normal and be
Okay.
like, I
Because
listened
you heard
here for
something.
5 minutes, I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
And as long as you hear it throughout, you should be okay.
So
Okay.
you only go up to 5 minutes if you don't hear it.
Correct.
Okay.
So if you were here in like, in the last minute, you heard a little something, do you have to do the 5 minutes?
I would just go back to the 1 minute.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then if I just still don't hear anything after the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go here, here, across, and then back down over here. Okay? And that's all I need to do for my auscultation. And I just need to make sure that there's vowel sounds in all 4 quadrants. Yes, and then yes.
Brewing.
Oh, thank you. Yours?
Dang.
She was like, it was the same thing.
No, it wasn't actually. So for the assessment, for the checkoff, when we had assessed it, let's say we are hearing something just for the assessment purposes, but if we were, do we need to also mention if there were absent sounds that
If
we
I
would
did
listen
not-
for?
I would listen to each quadrant for 5 minutes. Each quadrant.
Just so that you know that we're aware of
Mhm.
how long we would listen for. if there was
What the
absent
expectation
sounds.
is.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay. Now, we listen with the bell for
Breweries.
bruise. Okay. So if she was an older person, or if I thought maybe when I was auscultating her abdomen regularly, I heard like a swishing sound, not consistent with bowel sounds, then I could, listen here. And you want to start with, when you're assessing for bruise, at the top, because again, this is where the aortic area is going to be, and that's where most likely it's going to be if you sense a bruise. Okay. And you're gonna listen here, and if you hear that whooshing sound, okay, let the doctor know ASAP. Okay, and then you wouldn't move on to palpation or percussion, because then you could cause it to what you just said. I can't think of it.
That's for the aneurysm, right?
Mhm.
Can you have one anywhere?
Well, you can't have an aneurysm anywhere, but it's just if it's on the aorta right there, because that's the largest artery, that's why it's the most dangerous. Okay, if we are over here and we hear a bruit, okay, more than likely it's just related to her right kidney. It's feeding the artery that's feeding the kidney the oxygenated blood. Is that an issue? You better believe it, but it's not as dangerous or as life-threatening as the aorta rupturing. Okay, because it's still an artery, and it's an offshoot of it, but again, it's easier to do something with that one than the big, huge artery that's like, literally, think of this one here as a fire hose, and this is like a McDonald's straw. You know what I mean? Just in the size of the vessel itself. Because, I mean, the aorta is going to be about like this.
Wow.
It's the main thing
It's
that,
the largest artery, right?
it's the largest artery in the body. So, and then it breaks off into the renals and then down to your femoral line and all that fun stuff. So it's about the size of a small Coke can. Those little 8-ounce Coke cans. Okay. All right. So no bruise noted throughout. Now we're going to move on to palpation. Okay. And again, you're going to palpate in the same order. Okay. And me personally, because one, I don't like having people touch my abdomen. I'm very ticklish. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. And yeah, I'm right there with you. So I try to minimize like the poking and prodding like this. Because again, okay, she's all ticklish as well. Plus, I feel like I can safely cover more area by rolling my hand this way and seeing if I can find any tenderness or any hardness or lumps or bumps or anything that way. Because then if I do this and I feel something right here that shouldn't be there, okay, I can take note of it and then let's see what this is. Investigate a little bit further. Whereas this, I'm just kind of scanning and seeing if there's anything funky. Okay. If she was having pain up here, what would I need to? When would I palpate that?
Last. Like if you see some sort of like reaction, like a flinch or the facial expression changes.
Well, and even beforehand, you can always, when you're getting
Ask
ready
them.
to palpate, say any areas of tenderness on your abdomen.
But if they say no, and
And all
then
of
you
a
start feeling it, and you know, you see that sudden change
Mhm.
in their body posture, I guess, or something.
Ask
But-
him what happened. Was it maybe a gas bubble that moved or something? Because sometimes, because we think of, you know, our organs as being pretty much solid, but the intestines aren't. They're a tube, you know, and but even by doing this, you can cause some discomfort because you might be causing gas to move around or something.
Oh, okay.
So, or it might take them by surprise. That's why that borborygmus, I think is how you say it, was listed on the PowerPoint. That's excessive vowel sounds where, like, if you've ever been sitting in a test and your neighbor's like, boo boo boo, because they didn't eat lunch or breakfast,
I was like, oh.
that's what that is.
You'd be like,
Like the grumbly.
Yeah, you don't need any stethoscope to hear that moving around. Okay, so I've done my palpation. There's nothing, no lumps, no bumps.
Percussion.
Percussion, winds, words. Right? Although I will say, Allie's joke this morning takes.
I miss
That was funny.
Everybody.
Okay, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's finish this and then.
Okay.
That way. It's
Oh
not
yeah, we're
documented.
videoing.
All right, so again, percussion, it's just like when we do it up here on the chest, okay? You want to make sure that you're having your finger all the way down, and where it's completely touching, that's where you want to.
Sorry.
You okay?
I think we're experiencing some tenderness.
It's tenderness.
Is that where the appendix is too?
Right over here.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you flinched on that one, on her left upper quadrant.
Okay.
Got cysts.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh.
but if you guys hear that though with her? What does it sound like?
Dull?
Does it sound dull, or does
Oh.
this sound dull?
higher.
Or tympanic?
It sounded hyper.
Hyper
She's
resonance.
got some gas over
Well,
Yeah.
Our-
Peter
here.
Jungle.
She gonna rip it later on. She's like on the way out of class. She's like,
Stay away. Windows rolled down. Oh.
Right.
no.
Right.
all right. So percussion, we should hear some type of resonance. Okay, some timpani a little bit. Hyper-resonant usually means that they've got lots and lots of gas. Okay, then you
Oh my
want to
gosh.
turn on their side. Kind of. It's actually best to have them lay on their left side and lift their legs up because it will help them to express the gas.
Express the gas.
Or you can even do
Oh.
this to kind of help things along. She's gonna regret going. I'll be the patient.
Got it on
Okay. What did you have from Pita Jungle?
Potatoes.
Just potatoes?
And taco.
One.
One potato.
Well, I mean, probably if you put it back together.
Oh, what?
Because they come in cubes.
Yeah.
Potatoes, they're garlic.
they
Potatoes
good?
are awesome. Yes.
Oh,
All right.
CVA.
Oh, okay.
Get
So
back
then
down
I'm
there,
gonna have you sit
Olivia.
up and face that way for me, and then
Like
you'll want to
sit
come
up?
around this way, Olivia.
Like
Face
sit
that
up.
way. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So let me make sure your hair is up. All right. So just for ease of purpose here, okay, we can see or palpate where her rib cage is, and it ends right about. Where is the bottom of you got a long torso, girl. So this is where the bottom of her rib cage is. Okay. So we want to come back to right about here because the spine is right here. So right in this area is where her kidney should be. Okay. And we want to come here. We're going to cup her area or her CVA, if you will, and we're just going to go like that.
Just
Okay.
like that?
Just like that. And then we're going to come over here. Make sure you're
Like the
still
fist and
along.
everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it doesn't have to be like,
One of those.
you know, freaking Popeye. I'll get you me spinach. Okay. But we're just going to come over here and just cause a little bit of turbulence.
Oh boy.
Okay? Because any turbulence that's painful with that indicates something is wrong with the kidney. It could be a kidney infection, it could be inflammation, it could be a stone. We don't know, but something's going on with that kidney. Okay? And then if that's negative, great. Have them lay back, relax, make sure they have their call light, their remote control. You did it, didn't you? She's all.
Oh,
Okay, no, okay.
Was it a silent killer? Good thing I got a mask on. Y'all are gonna want a mask later.
I'm getting lightheaded.
I have extra N95.
Okay, perfect. But make sure the bed is lowered, locked position, lowest and locked position, and that's
Got
it.
any questions?
Yep, any questions?